Good morning, afternoon, or evening, speed gaming, wherever you are in the world. We have a great race for you today. The Link to the Past Randomizer Tournament Quarterfinals, Game 1 in a best of 3 between daaanty and Buane. I'm Drossie, and I'm here with my buddy DazeCloud. How are you doing?
Oh man, doing great. We've been looking forward to this. We're finally into the top 8, and man, what a match to have this have for us here this evening for most people there, morning for me. Yeah, daaanty and Buane. I mean, these two are, everybody knows them. I mean, we got two of the top runners in the entire Link to the Past randomizer community. So this is going to be a ton of fun here. I'm really looking forward to this one.
Yeah, both of these runners, have done really well through the tournament. Daanty's been the #1 seed in both groups and brackets, but Buane is a really long-time player and one of the best NMG players out there who was just runner-up in the NMG tournament. So this is really anyone's guess how this game goes.
Yeah, no, I mean, there's no favorites here. You're sitting there trying to figure out exactly which one of these guys is going to go first here, and I got no idea. And Uncle's giving us a nice ominous message to go ahead and start off with, as first chest of the day is just going to be a piece of heart there. So your prediction there is going to start to look a little shaky already.
Yeah, depending on how you bet on that heart container prediction. I mean, we just need to find one heart container of 4 pieces of heart by the time we leave Sanctuary.
I mean, we've got quite a few chests to do that here. Now, for everybody who's never joined us before or anything like that, first, welcome. The other thing, you're going to be watching standard hard mode here. So Uncle's going to give us a weapon, which is
this is funny because the runners were joking in the race room before the race that if it was a Burna start, they wanted to re-roll.
Well, and I think what's even better about that is I took one quick look at the drops there, and that's a small magic container. So if you want, you can try to farm for bombs with that if it's the small magic container, but that bomb is buried in the pack, if it's the pack that I think it is.
Yeah, I think it's the 6th item in that prize pack.
So that's less than optimal for these guys here, but we're going to see exactly which one of these that we get it there, and that heart container has already shown up. So that was nice and quick there.
you can see daaanty starting to, kill guards along the way, trying to get further into that prize pack.
Yeah, it's pretty smart there. Hopefully he can have enough magic when he gets into that rope hallway in the middle of the escape sequence, because at that point, those guys are on the same prize pack as these guards are, and it just looks like, yeah, we've got the small magic. It's the small item pack here.
And then watch the joke be on them, and the rats are in the all bomb prize pack.
That would be entertaining. That would be entertaining for sure. Well, all right. Second item in this escape sequence there is just going to be 20 rupees. So we're not going to get bailed out with some bombs, unfortunately. But we're going to have to take. Got a couple more chests here before we can just basically get rid of all of that.
Yeah, I fully... Buane is... Okay. Buane is now going at that guard. I was going to say, I fully expect them to both defeat that guard, not just to get it out of the way, but to hopefully advance the prize pack, but no drop.
I do kind of like the strat that both of those guys used there. I'm always very hesitant about doing something with that guard, because the worst case scenario is you throw the pot and somehow miss the guard.
Yeah, I mean, luring a guard into a prison cell is like playing with fire.
I mean, but yeah, they turned around. They got the guard is dead, so they are able to continue through the rest of this. I mean, Burna start is nobody's real favorite start. I don't really mind it too much. You just got to be very, very cognizant of your magic. And once you get into, once you get past the throne room and stuff there's a whole bunch of, like, there's different places where you can get a couple of small magic containers there that'll help you out. Gonna take a minute here on both runner sides here to maybe see if we can't advance this prize pack a little bit. And yeah, no, this thing is deciding, nope, we're not going to be doing that today.
We should also, while we're going through this, talk about how these runners got here, because they did not have an easy time, let's put it that way. daaanty had to take down Waterloo, Goomba, and P-Train, and Buane took down, well, my co-com here, and then GSP and Gan's Gone Wild.
Yeah, thanks for bringing up good memories there, Jurassic. Thank you, buddy. No, it's just one of those things. Yeah, my reward for winning my group was the first round match with Buane, which, that's not really a reward.
Speaking of rewards, both runners get the prize pool up to arrows, and daaanty gets his bomb. So Buane just needs one more drop to get his.
Yeah, this is starting to get a little bit iffy for Buane here, because he doesn't really have a ton of magic to play with. He's got to get this key rat, and the key rat, as everybody knows, is the true boss of this sequence. Oh, gets a full magic drop there, so that's nice, but it means also that Buane is not going to be able to bomb open the back of escape here. So this is going to be an early advantage to daaanty here, but gonna have to see exactly if that turns into something that's gonna be a problem.
Yeah, with the burner open, I mean, you're happy with full magic, but yeah, that's not a bomb prize pack. And oh, that is about the worst thing you can see in the back of escape if you're Buane, and probably correspondingly the best thing if you're daaanty.
Oh, that's a huge one right there, because now what Buane has to kind of think about is if is that might be the only glove available in the light world. And if that's the case, then Buane is going to have to walk all the way back through escape to get that. That's really rough right there.
And we see 3 regular crystals in the light world, by the way, so that's an interesting map to start on. All the unusual stuff, pendants of all sorts, and 5-6 crystals are all in the dark world.
Well, there we are. We're gonna have to see exactly which one of those pendants we are. We could end up with a very fast seed here, as it looks like our bush crab day is going to be big 20s, which is always kind of a nice thing to see. That means you're gonna, money problems aren't really an issue for anyone, as Buane drops in and finds 10 arrows sitting there at the Lost Woods drop down and decides, yeah, no thanks, I'm not going to be needing that. He's going to go and save and quit and start from Link's house, and looks like we're going to buy some bombs.
Yeah, and looks like daaanty's thinking the same thing. Unless maybe he's gonna try to farm them south of Grove. Looks like he's gonna try to farm them south of Grove.
That makes sense. Pretty good thing there. Get a quick look at the island from Buane there. That's just 5 rupees, so nothing on Lake Hylia Island today. Otherwise, Buane's going to take a second. He's going to make his way up to Sasharala. daaanty got exactly 1 bomb from the 50-50 bushes there, and he's decided that's enough. So if Race Game has something, he'll end up burning the bomb here and then having to buy some more. Buane's going to grab our 3 chests out of Sasharala, though.
And learns that Thieves is a pendant because, of course, Thieves is a pendant.
Thieves is always a pendant. Woo, hey. All right.
So that could be big if Sick Kid has something, because daaanty might not get a bottle in CAC, and it might be a while before he goes back to check it.
Exactly. Yeah, that's one of those things that's really kind of nice. When you put off going to Kakariko early, You're kind of hoping to find maybe bottle, maybe find flute, and that way you can just kind of do everything in Kakariko all in your first trip. Doesn't usually work out that way, but Buane's at least got half the way there.
Buane can also check stun prizes if he really wants to, except he'd have to use the Cane of Burna or a bomb to actually defeat the enemies.
Yeah. And gets Ice Rod. They're out of the dam as daaanty does a quick tribute to Sailor Net by freeing the chicken.
Yeah. Well, I don't think daaanty's gonna miss that Ice Rod, so that means Turtle Rock's probably a pendant.
That's a pretty good chance. Yeah. I mean, some things are just kind of the way that they are in this game. It's just if you get that early free Ice Rod and you don't have to think about it, you probably don't need to worry about it from the rest of the time.
And Buane took a hit from that sand crab, but fortunately he has the hook shot, which makes Mini Moldorm Cave pretty safe for him. daaanty finds our first male upgrade, which of course turns into a green 20 here. Ooh, and flips in Mini Moldorm Cave. And Quake. Buane is really turning stuff up. But can it compensate for that glove deficit?
I mean, Buane does have an interesting choice for routing. If he decides he can actually kind of use these whirlpools if he wants to go and jump back up towards the Kakariko area, because when he goes into this next screen, he'll be able to check Ice Rod Cave, and then if he wants, he can jump in there and do that. Now, daaanty on the other side, he's going to pull Red Cane out of the basement here, along with the sword. So,
yeah, real weapons.
Yeah, fun times for him. He's no more of these bomb strats to kill Mini Moldorms. He can actually do things with the good stuff.
And now I imagine he'll do South Shore, get his Ice Rod and Flippers. And oh, there's the Moon Pearl and Ice Rod Cave. I can't imagine with the Flippers that daaanty wouldn't proceed all the way to Ice Rod Cave. But yeah, what'll be interesting to see, even though it's out of logic with the lamp, once daaanty gets that hook, will he try Death Mountain?
Yeah, the question is like, how long will it be for daaanty to get over there? I mean, I check South Shore for sure, and then I imagine he's going to go directly. He'll probably save and quit after that and go directly up the mountain. But the thing is, kind of an interesting thing, not something we really need to think about, is that the mountain's not in logic right now. Now, these guys aren't really going to care, but we do technically need a way up there.
Right, and without the mountain actually being in logic, between these two runners, there isn't that much left that is in logic. There's the first 4 checks in Eastern Palace. There's Aegina, and there are the Flippers checks.
Yeah, I mean, the flipper checks are the ones that make me think that we could find either... See, the question is what are we going to find? Are we going to find lamp? Are we going to find flute? Because one of those is a lot more interesting than the other one.
But yeah, it makes sense since we have otherwise the means to access Death Mountain and do most of it. I mean, we can't get up to the Tower of Power area.
Yeah, no, not yet. So, I mean, that's the other part is you'd kind of like to find Hammer. Now, like, the biggest thing for Buane is at some point he's got to run out of checks, and he'll probably have a choice here between going into Eastern Palace, which is not fun, or going back through it's the escape sequence, which is also not fun. I don't really know which one he's going to choose. I tend to think he'd probably choose escape, but it's bad options for him.
Yeah, it's really unfortunate because he was just one drop in that prize pack away from that bomb.
Yeah, daaanty's about to pick up his Moon Pearl, and Buane sees that there's actually nothing in the well besides some money. And worst part for him is he's probably in his head starting to think, okay, so I need some money. I want to go up to Zora. I'm going to need some money. But he's at 80 rupees, and without that glove, he doesn't really have an easy way of doing any sort of like hula hands and getting some quick money. Like this early glove is really actually causing Buane significant issues.
Yeah, I mean, it's the absolute worst thing to see in Back of Escape if you don't have bombs.
Yep, definitely. So I'm thinking about it. I guess Bush Crab was dropping big 20s. Buane does know about that. So I mean, worst case scenario, he could always farm those. That would probably be his quickest route up to Zora money if it comes to that. daaanty showing us that Waterfall Cave has absolutely not a thing, and Zora Ledge is gonna be the hammer. Ooh. So okay, he's found his way into Dark World now.
Yeah, so that makes even a bigger difference because daaanty has Dark World access. Buane won't be able to do that without the glove. Buane can't get up to Death Mountain either without that glove or without finding a flute. So, I mean, he'll literally only have the first 4 chests of Eastern, Zora, Aegina, or go back to the Back of Escape, which we know is his progression.
Yeah. That's kind of where it is right now. Now, Buane pulling 300 rupees from Hobo. So
which daaanty skipped.
Right, that's going to be kind of a nice thing. It'll push him a little further up there. Still going to be still 40 rupees short, and there's no money on the way.
Do we know what the stun prize is?
No, we have not seen the stun prize yet. That's right. We have not seen the stun prize.
And with a sword, you know, we could check the stun prize relatively easily. Okay, so 5-6 in Pod and Skull Woods, and our remaining pendants in Ice and Swamp. So that makes things kind of interesting. We might not see the mirror.
Yeah, we might not see the mirror. We are sitting here kind of wondering why exactly did you give us the ice rod that early. There's Hype Cave on daaanty's side here. It's going to start off with a sword today. And the boots. And another sword.
that was the most Hype Cave I've seen in quite a while.
Yeah, no, that's a fantastic one. Okay, so part of the fun is, since we're playing hard standard here, hard means that tempered sword that daaanty just picked up is his best sword for the entire game. So that really couldn't have gone better at this point. You haven't killed a boss yet, you're on tempered sword, you're excited.
Yeah, I mean, this will give daaanty an opportunity to open up quite a lead as Stumpy gives him the best meringue. But given Buane's execution, like, counting him out at any point, unless, like, he's not in GT and his opponent is on Ganon, you don't count Buane out.
Yeah, and it looks like he's made the right decision at this point, too. He's on his way into Hyrule Castle again. He's going to go back to the Back of Escape and finally pick up the glove that is sitting back there. That is really probably, just by pure stupid drop luck, has given daaanty, I'd say, I don't know, what are we at here? Maybe like a good minute lead, 2-minute lead already. It's just all came down to daaanty getting a little bit luckier with his drops there in this one hallway.
Well, and Buane was a bit conservative with his magic because he wanted to make absolutely sure that he had enough magic to defeat the Key Rat. He might have been able to defeat one more enemy and one more rope and maybe gotten that drop. It would have been tight.
Yeah, that's the thing. I mean, worst case scenario, like, you could have drained your magic all the way there and then had to save and quit. You would have started back right, like, one room behind it, right? So, you know, it's something that he could have thought about right now. But I mean, honestly, you just you make that play, and it was a perfectly fine play. It just, unfortunately for Buane today, the worst possible item was back there. And so he's gone ahead and picked up his glove, and he's probably just saying right now, okay, I hate everything and everyone in the world. Let's move as fast as humanly possible.
And meanwhile, daaanty has shown us that Aga 1 will not be seen in this seed. The lumberjack was just some blueberries, and of course we already have our full Dark World access.
Yep, and Buane's on his way to Hype Cave. He'll pick up everything. daaanty gonna go ahead and he's gonna get this Death Mountain basically spawn point all together by saving the old man. Now the kind of interesting thing though, Buane, because he didn't have that glove, he checked Saha. That had his hook shot, so Buane's actually that one really, the beginning kind of went poorly for Buane, but at the same time,
yeah, that hook shot.
Hook shot. A hook shot's a thing.
Yeah, daaanty, all he can do is check Spec Rock, and that's it.
Well, he can go into Spike Cave, too. I kind of expect him to, if you're going to route all this way up here, you're going to check the front of this, see the fire rod sitting there on the island.
So we do need to find the mirror, because we will need that fire rod for 2 crystals.
Yep, and we decided not to check Spike Cave right there.
And Buane picks up his bloomerang.
And yeah, now the race really can begin here. We got both runners with boots, both runners with tempered sword. 7 hearts is more than enough for these guys to finish the seed. And we're all set and ready to go, it looks like. Now we got to figure out exactly where is the mirror, where are the where is everything at this point?
At this point, you kind of hope the mirror is your go mode, because if you find the mirror before you're in go mode, you have full swamp access.
Yeah. I mean, this is that interesting time where you start side-eyeing your pendants a little bit, and you start going, okay, wait a minute. How many of these can I complete right now, and how little do I like that?
And I bet daaanty does the front of thieves while he's here. Probably not the back, since it is a pendant, but yeah, he's opening it.
Pretty standard, yeah, to go ahead and maybe do the first 4. I don't know. I don't know exactly what's going to go on here now. Buane is going to take that hook shot. He's going to be able to go up the mountain, and first he's going to check lumberjack, see that there's no reason to kill Aga today. But then he's going to start showing us a whole bunch of new information.
And of course, daaanty's turning up dungeon items in the front of thieves. This could be one of those days where all 4 items are in the back at this rate.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised, honestly, as there's our second item here, as you've now cursed it to come true, because that means that at best we've got 1. Yeah, at best there's 1 in here, so. Buane making his way through the dark room with the old man. He'll save him, and then with that hook shot, he's got the ability to go ahead and beat Tower of Hera while he's up here.
And daaanty is continuing to the back because he did only find 1 item in the front. That makes sense, you know. If you get 2 or 3, you're like, do I really want to go to the back? If you get 1, you're like, well, this is a sunk cost, might as well get the other 3.
There's not really a whole lot of reason to start skipping things if you're doing this by any means. Okay, daaanty's gonna do this, because, I mean, outside of this, what has he got left, really? He's got, like, Saha and Agina.
And in front of Eastern.
In front of Eastern, yeah, I mean, they're all terrible options. Like, you're here at the moment. You want to finish this off.
And don't forget Zora.
Yep, and, well, he's also another one of these terrible options. We're into the terrible option part of
And the front of Pod.
Okay, yeah, you keep listing terrible options.
Catfish, anyone?
Okay. So Ether here for Buane. And kind of a good point here. This is green pendant, so when daaanty goes over to Saha, he'll be able to get all of the items, not just the 3 that Saha's got in the back.
But it's GG's because Buane has the bug net. And
Well,
the
more importantly was that flute. Yeah, the flute was a big deal there.
So we know that the lamp is our logical access to Death Mountain, so I'm kind of thinking it's in one of those early checks that we haven't seen yet, whether it's Zora or Regina or Eastern.
Yeah, we'll have to find out. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised to see the flute pop up in one of these next 3 chests, honestly. Or a book. Which opens things up even more.
I mean, it gets us into desert, but without a fire source, we can't finish it.
Group. It also gives us the ether tablet here, which Buane is right next to.
So that's another thing daaanty will be able to check once he gets his hook shot.
And quick look there while Buane was dashing across the top of Death Mountain there. It looked like we had powder sitting on floating islands. So we've got we're starting to be able to see quite a few different items there. We can't get that many of them, but we can see them.
And we already know that one para item is in the cage, so odds are pretty good we don't need to worry about the coffee break.
Well, we're gonna hope for that. Now daaanty's going ahead. He's gonna clear out blind here. Just a quick 9 hits of the sword there. Got a little off script here at the end, taking a few hits. That doesn't matter. It's still dead.
You know, I was just thinking the biggest deal the book could be is if the mirror's in desert.
Yep. Yeah, that would be a big deal right there. The book locks pretty much anything right now. Man, yeah, that would be an awkward situation there. I mean, ether tablet is probably Buane's worst scenario for there. I mean, he has already had one really bad scenario today that he seems to be doing quite fine with coming back from, as Drosy went ahead and cursed the last item in Tower of Hera into the basement.
1 in 4 chance, and of course that's what happens.
Yep.
So daaanty's gonna check Bumper Ledge here. Wonder if he's gonna go to Catfish this way. Looks like he might. Without the mirror, he can't do Graveyard Ledge or King's Tomb, so this is really just a Catfish play.
Yeah, it makes sense. Now on Buane's side, we're gonna get to see this, whatever this item was that daaanty left behind earlier. It's just a piece of heart. So Spike Cave not having anything, Goomba is sad. And it looks like that Buane decided not to do Spiral Cave. I didn't see him do it.
Yeah, he did not do it. He jumped right in. I mean, it's very hard when you're at the top to do both Spike and Spiral.
Yeah,
he didn't have the mirror, so he would have had to go all the way around. And conversely, if he did Spiral first, he would have had to go around to do Spike, so...
Yeah, it's a kind of one of those things there. I mean, there's some speculation that Buane he set up the basically a hook speed there to kind of push him to the right there, and there's a chance that he might have gone a little bit too far down, because if you do that, if you're using hook speed and you go basically even touch a ledge, you're jumping off of it. There's just no way around it.
So now daaanty's gonna get 4 items in here. Oh my! Okay, green pendant required.
That's a big deal.
Yeah, daaanty's gonna get that fire rod. He's going right back to Death Mountain, I'm sure.
Now on Buane's side, I kind of expect him to maybe clear Thieves Town as well. Like, what does Buane have left? Right.
Well, there's that always alluring front of Eastern.
Yeah, neither of these runners have any interest in doing that until they're absolutely forced into it.
Since I've been so great with comm curses so far, what if there were, say, a Bo in Hera basement?
You know what? When it comes to the interview stage, I'm gonna let you explain yourself to these guys at that point. So I'm just gonna kind of sit here. So, all right, Buane going to go ahead here. He's gonna show us exactly what daaanty just did here, as daaanty's showing us exactly what Buane had just done. Everything's working out for these guys. So at this point, of course, this is where you have to say, hey, follow these runners. I mean, these are two of the very best that you could possibly get. Make sure you give them a follow here because, if you like good rando, these guys do really good rando.
And there's daaanty hovering because why set up a bomb jump when you can hover? But I was going to say, in terms of things that, chat likes to curse the runners with, though we're not going to see in this seed, daaanty's first ever recorded race was a 3-person race of daaanty, Buane, and Fear Agent. And daaanty was telling me earlier today that the crux of that race, which he remembers 3 years later, is that GT Big Key was on the torch and the boots were in Pyramid Fairy. For the record, Buane won that race and daaanty didn't even finish.
I might not have finished that race either. That's a mean one right there for sure. Wow. All right, quick look there from daaanty's side. daaanty deciding to do Spiral Cave, not Spike Cave, and finding out that Spiral Cave had nothing.
So I guess it didn't matter which nothing you grab. But now he'll be getting his Fire Rod and doing Hera, checking Ether Tablet. As Buane is doing the Back of Thieves here, so he'll get his book. Presumably at some point he'll turn in that green pendant and get his mirror.
Oh, that's actually such a bad place for the mirror too, because if Buane finds Bo, well, I guess he'll just go to Sasharala first. He'll clear Eastern and probably drop the green pendant in the way. It's kind of unfortunate because the way that you'd like to do it is you'd like to go in from the dark world, walking through the little maze there, and then mirror over and check green pendant. But literally, you cannot do that because that's where the mirror is.
So I was thinking with the items we have right now, the runners would love to do Mire and Desert at the same time, and the only thing preventing that is that we don't have the nits to access Mire area. There's a 1 in 3 chance that Mire's bombos to open, but most likely we can open Mire.
I'm just gonna say right now, mitts are in swamp, probably. They're always in swamp in a seed like this.
Weren't they there yesterday?
What was yesterday?
The Snowgadistan versus Ninban match, I think mitts were in left side swamp.
I think I remember something like that, yeah. That sounds like the trick there.
Chat confirming that yes.
I'm glad somebody else has been watching all of these seeds here, and thank you for joining us today as daanty's about to jump into his actual first crystal. Buane's already got one here. We're gonna have pretty close to simultaneous boss fights. Don't expect Moldorm to last very long. Sure enough, he's not, and Buane's about to do the same thing to Blind in just a second.
So with that book and with Ether Medallion not being anything, it seems like Desert's probably the play. The question is, do you first use Cat Portal and check Cave 45 and Bombos Tablet before going to Desert?
Yeah, you probably want to try to route in your Bombos Tablet at some point. Now, daaanty's not going to leave the item in the basement because he's got Fire Rod, so he'll be able to do this without any problem.
Oh yeah, Buane didn't have a fire source. I totally forgot that.
So here's a big moment. This is both either a kind of a winning thing for daaanty, kind of one of these winning plays for daaanty, or it's going to be something that's going to give Buane probably an extra minute to kind of, I don't know if catch up is the right word, but to kind of do some other checks.
Basically catch up. I mean, daaanty has the lead at this point.
It's close though. I mean,
Yeah.
it's really not far, not too different either way.
I was also impressed with how daaanty positioned that coffee break because he was very nearly off that block, but just onto it enough to still be able to get his coffee break. And yeah, that was a waste of time, though. Hey, daanty's at 8 hearts, 9 hearts now.
Right, right. And now, the thing for Buane, which is causing a bit of more problems here, is not having that mirror. Means he doesn't have the fire rod, which means that he's got to do this. He's going to only be able to check the front of Skull. He won't be able to complete it in the first shot. And there's always a chance that the 2 items are sitting in the back.
Yeah, I mean, he could be betting that, hey, maybe the mirror's in Skull Woods, and I don't want to miss that opportunity.
Yeah, I mean, I have also seen mitts in Skull Woods more times than I'd like to admit. But we're gonna get a quick look here. We're gonna drop into the left pit and be able to kind of hopefully get all of these items very quickly.
And daaanty is making for CAC. He's gonna activate the flute. He hasn't yet checked Sick Kid, so I expect him to do that. And then, oh, there's our first item, just a bundle of sticks.
Yeah, not looking too great for Buane here, as daanty's gonna go ahead and play the song here. And yeah, bundle of sticks is all Buane's getting out of Skull here. It looks like maybe we got one more check. Yeah, that's it. The other item is fire locked.
Yeah, could even. Oh no, he got the big key at some point. So I didn't see him get the big key, but he clearly has it.
He didn't.
Oh no, he doesn't. He forgot he didn't have it. Okay, so I wasn't imagining that he didn't get the big key.
Yeah, no, he didn't get the big key. I was confused as well there. I was like, what exactly is he doing?
I was like, you know, Buane's a good enough player. If he's going for that, he must have the big key, even if I didn't see him get it.
That's a question here. Okay, so Buane is going south right now.
Selgadison in chat is wondering when we're getting the mitts from Swamp, so I have to ask him if he put them back there after his seed yesterday.
Probably. I mean, if you got to put your stuff back where you found it. It's one of the rules of every camping trip you've ever been on. Okay, so big key in the middle chest here. Doesn't look like we might not be boots locked even out at desert. Not that it matters, but
right, we're not hard boots locked, and we're not soft boots locked either. And well, Agena just had our third bottle.
Kind of annoying that we saw a compass there and not an item, because that does mean that there is at least one item locked on the right side of desert here. So daanty's gonna have to do a little bit of dashing over there at some point, probably after.
Yeah, you do landmo first, and then you hope that the item is in the first chest and you don't have to go into the shooter room.
Oh, Buane is gonna jump into desert. This is another dungeon he can't complete because he doesn't have any sort of fire. Right. Now that lamp was our logical access to the mountain, but we haven't found it yet.
There's no reason it couldn't be on the right side of desert.
Oh no, it very easily could. That's the thing. We're hoping that it is for Buane's sake right now, because this is a whole lot of come on, where's my progression? Come on, where's my progression happening over for him. And man, when he turns in that green pendant, he's gonna have a moment of just like, that's really not good.
Yeah, I mean, daanty's full cleared 2 dungeons and he's about to full clear a third. Buane's full cleared 1 dungeon and partially cleared 3 at this point.
Yeah, I mean, when it comes down to this game, you're always wanting to be efficient with your checks. As daaanty takes down Landmo there, gets a piece of heart. More importantly, though, does get the second crystal of the day. Now, Buane's going to show us what this other item is in Thieves and in Desert. And that's 50 rupees. So, yeah, not here.
Yeah, well, so the book hasn't led to anything, so I really wonder if Bombo's tablet might be something, or if the purpose of our dip into Thieves Town was really just to get the green pendant to get the mirror. Speaking of which, Buane's about to get his mirror.
Yeah, ooh. Well, he's on his way. He's gonna check green pendant here before he goes into Eastern. And at this point, he's probably going, I don't know if you're Buane right now. Maybe you think, you know what? Let's just hope for a bow in Eastern because I've probably got some problems right now. But yeah, no, he's gonna play it straight.
So really, we just need bow and mitts for go mode potentially, depending what the medallion requirements are.
Yeah, no, we've got pretty much everything we need. It's just a matter of where are those final two items, and I'm gonna kind of stick with my, hey, probably need to go to Swamp.
I mean, we have full clearable Pendant Swamp or dippable Crystal Eastern and Crystal Pod.
Ugh. Ugh. Just those aren't man, not a whole lot of fun here. So Buane holds his sword up there, gets his 3 bombs. daaanty grabs a fairy there out of Agina's cave.
And we also have Bombo's tablet, which I'm just really curious if that book was leading to anything, or if it just, you know, Randomizer has to place the book somewhere.
I'm leaning towards Randomizer has to place the book somewhere, honestly. But either way, we're going to go up to Mothula now here on daaanty's side, because there's one more item back there. We know that. And...
Well, daaanty doesn't know that. He hasn't even been in.
Oh, we know that. I said we, sir. But we're gonna see here because it's got to be progression somewhere. I mean, I'm half joking about it being in Swamp, but I mean, I played this game before. It's probably in Swamp.
Yeah, and this is our last collectible crystal because the bow is locking 2 crystals and the mitts are locking 2 crystals.
Yeah, that's really what it is. Is like, as a runner though, go mode mitts is kind of fantastic.
Because they lock so much.
Yeah, exactly. Like, if you've got a go mode mitts, you've got a real fast seed typically. So yeah, I don't know, and kind of an interesting thing there. I'm looking at what Zelga's posting in chat there, and he's actually 100% right about this. We don't have a logical crystal yet. Everything so far has been locked behind Lamp.
Yeah, so Lamp's basically gotta be in either the front of Eastern or on Zora.
Yeah. Well, it could be in... Honestly, it could be in Swamp.
If it's in the front of Swamp... no, the hook shot was in Saha.
Yeah, so I mean, there's nothing stopping it there. Ooh, that pretty Gibdo room over on Buane's side, showing us that NMG execution there.
Yeah, he's really catching up to daaanty here, though overall he won't be caught up since he still hasn't finished Desert. And Moth not cooperating, he is just getting hit onto those spikes that negate the damage, but daaanty gets him down. And our second item was just some money, so Skull Woods is not the answer.
Yeah, no. And the thing is, Buane knows that. So daaanty's gonna take a second. He's gonna go ahead and check the front of this. Now for Buane, he's not gonna go back to Desert until the very, very end of the game.
Lanmo's had an item. He might want that item.
he might want that item, but I kind of expect him to do other things first. And
Like a ped check?
Well, ped check, yeah, that's a thing. And it says nothing.
I mean, at this point, the only thing it could have had was Bombos, and we'd need Bombos to... I guess it could have had a bow, actually.
It could have been one of those fun situations where it was a bow, and then it's the only logically accessible bow, like the other one's locked in GT or something. And yeah, that could have worked. But no, Pet is dead today, folks. So you make this play. Now Buane is going to go out. He's got a couple of other checks to check over here. We're going to go over to Graveyard Ledge. We're going to go over to...
yeah, we haven't seen those.
Right. These are brand new on both sides. So, two new things. You're going to have to see if this is maybe the answer. Now, I think for both runners, you're probably kind of hoping to see bow here before you find mitts. But yeah, nope, not there at least.
And we do have a prediction going in chat about whether we will find that bow or those mitts first.
I mean, if mitts are the second item there, that's just happy time there. If the next item you find is a bow, then you clear out Eastern, you clear out Pod. You see if the mitts are in there, but you get to just do them in one shot. You're extremely happy about everything that's happened to you at that point. If you find mitts, you open up the entire game to you, because then bow could be in Turtle Rock, it can be in Misery Mire, it can be in Ice Palace, it can be on East Death Mountain, it can be in Mire Shed, it can be on Smith Chain, and all of these other options here. So they're really... Both runners are really hoping that there's a bow sitting... The bow is sitting somewhere that they can just pick up real quick.
Now, meanwhile, we're going to get our Zora check finally. Buane has the mirror out. He's going to do it after Catfish.
Well, let's find out then. Dante's going to flute away, so he's got different options on his mind here.
Is he going for Swamp?
He's going to go for Swamp, it looks like.
Wonder if he'll do Cave 45 and Bombos first.
Yeah, that's a question. That's a question.
Looks like it.
I mean, it's a smart idea there, because Swamp does take a significant amount of time. It is a bit of a time investment here for stuff there.
And if the mirror's progression, that could just as easily be through Cave 45 or Bombos Tablet as it could be through Swamp.
As really quick there, Buane pays his money, gets a piece of heart in return, and decides, you know what, no thanks. Buane is making a very similar play here. Now, which direction is he going to go?
Yeah, funny how we've gotten this convergence. The main difference is that Dante has been able to finish Desert, and he also got that Hera basement check out of the way. Now, no saying Buane will do that Hera basement check, but if Buane does it, that's a big time gain for Dante.
Mm-hmm. I mean, that's the thing. Dante's kind of... He's been a little bit, you know... It all comes back to that glove at the very beginning of the seed. Dante just got things in a slightly different order because of that glove, and his order has been a little bit better than Buane's has today. As it looks like that book was completely 100% useless, and the thing you wanted out of Thieves Town was that green pendant to get that mirror.
Yeah, and now here we are going into Swamp. I expect Buane to do the same. We still have not seen Eastern or Pod, which I'm sure both of these guys are hoping to avoid without the bow.
Yep, that is just a bottle there on Bombo's tablet. I think Daaanty drained the swamp and it was almost like, I don't really want to do this. Almost walked away for a minute and then was like, all right, fine.
And now you're just hoping the dungeon items don't show up. Of course I cursed them.
Grossi, just stop doing that. All right, come on, man.
I mean, there's a reason they call it map chest.
Yeah, well, fair enough. I can't really argue with that too much. But yeah, we gotta. It looks like we're gonna have to go deeper in here, and that can put in that one map right there means that there's at least one item on left side swamp. Kind of a decision for both runners here. You're coming into a pendant thing. You don't really want to be in here. Are you gonna just make the full play to go left side? I don't know.
I think you do when you get a map that early. Maybe there'll be a compass and a compass chest and really force them to left side.
Yeah, I kind of want to see. I kind of want to see the. I kind of want to see what's in this bottom chest first. I would be tempted to go straight to the back here, just because of pure item density. You know, basically 4 items, and especially if you haven't found the big key yet, I don't know if I want to like be tempting getting the big key and then having the big key be the only thing that I'm coming back in for. I don't know.
He's got a new diver down.
He's going full left. I mean, this is not a decision that's easily made. You kind of have to go, well, I think I'm gonna choose one of these and hope.
Yeah, it's become a more interesting decision since the legalization of diver down, because the fact that you can do it your first time through, but not if you do the back first, suddenly factors into the calculation.
As there you go, Daaanty just really easily gets through that first part here. Now Buane, on the other hand, he's going to go straight back. He's going to pull probably, I think it's fair to say, the more aggressive play.
I would agree. We'll see what they each find. I mean, there's 1 or 2 items on the left. There's 3 or 4 items in the back. And that includes whatever the big key might be locking. Ooh, mushroom. Interesting.
Oh, mushroom, eh? Oh, boy.
We have the wherewithal to fake powder, though we also know where the real powder is, but that's been locked. What the heck is the lamp doing there?
That just makes perfect sense for the lamp to be there. So that is meaning that the big key might be either... The big key is either locked inside its own chest, or it's or we're gonna get it here off of Argus. So right now, all that we've gotten out of here is we're now fully into logic, which, you know, hooray. But the other thing is the only thing that we've got to push this game forward right now is a mushroom.
Yeah, I mean, is the mirror a red herring? It got us the fire rod, but the fire rod didn't get us anything yet.
Well, I mean, that really could have been it for the mirror, is that you just needed the mirror to get the fire rod, so it's not on Argus. The big key's locked in the big key chest. Now, for Buane, he's got a decision of whether or not he wants to come back in for the one item that he's left on left side. Now, we know it's nothing, but at the moment, if he doesn't come back in, that might actually kind of give him a little bit of a lead here. But nope, gonna go back in. Yeah.
Also, I would just like to point out how ridiculously well both of these runners are executing Swamp Palace.
I mean, it's to be expected, honestly, at some point. But yeah, no, these guys are motoring through that. I mean, Buane just missed a 0 cycle here on Argus.
Yeah, I mean, we kind of take it for granted in the top 8, but at the same time, it does make you appreciate, like, you know, what it takes to get into the top 8, that you basically have to have execution like this.
Yep. No, that is kind of the key here. As daaanty took down Argus that easily, and well, there you go. It's not unless it's the mushroom. Swamp actually wasn't the answer.
Well, you got to turn in the mushroom. You have the flute.
Yeah, at least that's quick, right? I mean, so we're gonna flop our ways over here,
and knowing that the powder is mitts locked, you're less interested in doing fake powder.
Yeah, no, I mean you oh my god, it's a single arrow. just to rub salt in the wound
now
a
daaanty's
little bit more.
Gonna do Zora because he'll need a love lesson.
Man, that's brutal right there. It's just so yeah, both of these runners probably are starting to get on the tilted side here, just being like, come on, game, like just loosen up a little bit for us, would you? So it's Pod or the front of Eastern. And it's been that way the entire time.
Yep. I can't think of anything else we have.
Well, I mean, Buane's going to check this mushroom too. He's going to get a lovely single arrow there to kind of just... I can't really... this is speed gaming, so I can't refer to what that arrow means to me in the real world when I'm playing on my stream, but moving on here. So it looks like we're headed to... Nope, daaanty is going to jump down and...
Go where?
Desert. He's going to go clear out this one thing in desert, yeah. And both of these runners...
What? No, not desert.
Buane is going to desert.
Buane is. Where's daaanty? Pod? No. You flew to 5 if you're going to pod. Pyramid?
No, we
haven't seen Pyramid Ledge.
Oh my god, we haven't seen Pyramid Ledge, you're right. That would be really funny. The entire time it's just sitting here and the pyramid's just like, well, I mean, what did you want me to do? I left it right out in the open for you. Nope. That's 20 rupees. That's not going to be it right now. So we're into the Pod Eastern combo to try to find out if it's going to be... So, to find out if this is going to be a fast seed or if noting, a lot more.
Worth noting, by the way, that Buane does not currently have Pod as an option. He needs 5 more rupees.
That's silly.
I mean, it's easy enough to farm 5 rupees, but technically he needs 5 rupees before he can go to Pod.
There's 5
there
rupees.
They were.
Alright, well, he doesn't want them, I guess. I think Lanmo had...
Oh yeah, Lanmo has 50, so he'll be fine.
Did Lanmo have 50? I wanted to say Lanmo had a piece of heart. There was 50 in the big key chest, I thought. But...
Oh, you're right. Sorry, I think Moth had 50. Some boss had 50 somewhere at some point in time.
A lot of things have been happening here. So Buane's gonna make his way back. He's gonna clear up Lanmo real fast. daaanty is first into Pod, and man, there's got to be something in here. It's just now the question is, what is it that's in here?
Yeah. Well, I mean, daaanty was probably hoping that we'd be bow-locked immediately and he could just mirror to Eastern.
I mean, that would be the best case scenario there for sure. Yes, oh my god, of course, right
Okay,
there.
Well, guess we finished Pod. daaanty is gonna try the hover. Missed once, he's skipping it.
So, I mean, that's actually really kind of nice, considering like how... I mean, this is going to end up being a pretty quick seed, considering how kind of dumb it's been. But, yeah, now at this point we need... There is a slight chance, and someone is pointing that out in chat, good point. There is a slight chance that Bombos is needed, and if Bombos is needed, then we've got a chance for even more crazy shenanigans here.
And by the way, 75 people in chat bet on the bow and just got about a 3-2 payout.
Not bad. That's not bad. And Buane is realizing, I don't have money.
He never did. I mean, he should have grabbed that bloopy when it dropped.
I mean, you don't think about it at this point, right? You don't think about, I've got 105 rupees at this point. You just don't think about it here. I mean, that's rough, because now he's going to get to 105 again. Still not have enough.
And of course, unless the other bow is an Eastern, which would be really funny, we know he's got to go into pod to get the bow. He's not going to be able to finish Eastern.
Yeah. With any luck, he's going to kill some of these enemies here and hope for something. All right, there's 20. Mirror out now. Just mirror out now. Like if he mirrored out right there, everything's great for him, because like you're gonna probably check that chest on the way in anyway, but yeah.
Well, has he gotten the big key?
No, he hasn't got the big key yet.
Okay, so daaanty has to full clear to this point anyway.
Right, exactly. Now, I mean, at this point, Buane is now going to be retracing his steps.
And the big key is
quite a bit. Yeah, so I mean, he's going to go the long way. I mean, so this is actually probably not the worst thing in the world for Buane, because if daaanty has to go all the way around as well, I mean, yeah, Buane will have to run back in, but it'll be less now, I guess, kind of.
Gotta love how the pod big key was also vanilla and daaanty skipped it.
Man. Fun times in this seed. Fun times in this seed.
Which means he's also skipped the big chest for the time being.
You can probably check that in a minute here, because like I'm guessing if this turns out to be this is our other 5/6 crystal.
Yeah. Oh, and there's the miss.
Okay, so please go into
mode. Well, 2/3 no mode. Or
please, no, Buane, stop, Buane, stop.
No.
Oh no. That's probably the game right there.
I mean, yeah, because daaanty will be able to go mode Meyer.
I mean, yeah, that's the thing. It's just, it was right next to him, all because he didn't have 5 rupees. That might be one of the worst beats I've seen in Rando. I'm having trouble remembering, like, just what a way to get nailed. Now he's not dead. I mean, he's not dead here by any means. Like, well, what Buane needs is he needs that second bow to pop up here in Meyer, and it's got to be really, really quick. There you go. There you go. That's going to be... That's going to be crystal number... what are we on? Crystal number, oh yeah, we're having tracker's having a little bit of issue at the moment here. The software is being a little finicky. Looks like that is going to be crystal number 4 for daaanty. Now we're going to go into Eastern, so he's going to have he's going to be able to get go mode bits here in just a minute, which is probably the best case scenario. We're saying go mode, it's not actually go mode. We don't know what the TR medallion is yet. TR medallion could be Bombos, and if it's Bombos, then Buane gets an out right now. But right now, things are looking really, really unfortunate on Buane's side. So yeah, this is 2/3 go mode. Yeah, there are ways out of this for Buane. It's not the easiest thing in the world by any means. Because here he is, he's full clearing Misery Mire right now. This is something that daaanty is likely not going to be doing. Well, alright, Buane's going to continue on to go look for this big key there. Finds it there, it's sitting there in the map chest, and unfortunately for him, he's still looking for that bow, so he's going to continue on through the rest of this. There's at least one of the items in there, so there's a big 20 out of this. Now, Buane's going to make his way directly back there. Buane taking a second there, thinking I'm going to go directly there, and then realizing, you know what, maybe I do want these, this potion here. As yeah, go ahead. We've got ourselves a mitts there for daaanty, and we're going to make our way directly back there. Buane looking like he's went ahead and set up a spooky, and making our way back to our respective bosses here. Okay, daaanty making her way through. We're gonna have probably, looks like, pretty quickly dueling boss kills on both screens here. Buane all the way into his Vitreous fight immediately there, showing off this real quick NMG strats there. Oh, I was about to say, I was like, he doesn't have his bow.
He still has no bow.
Right, I was about to say, I was like, he's setting up for the bow kill, and I'm like, wait, what is he doing with the fire rod? Okay, daaanty all the way through his kill real fast there. Buane as well takes him down. Unfortunately, doesn't get the other bow there, so that is going to be crystal number 4 for him. daaanty up to crystal number 5. Oh, actually, that's only crystal number... No, it's crystal number 4.
That's crystal number 5 for daaanty. He just has Mire and T-Rock now.
And 4 for Buane there, because Desert Palace Desert Palace was cleared on his side.
So yeah, this is just unfortunate for Buane that for want of 5 rupees, he basically blew the seed.
I mean, it's one of the worst ways for something to happen. Definitely, it's just like it's 5 rupees there. You never think about it at this late point in the game that 5 rupees would make any sort of difference. But
and he had the 5 rupees as an enemy drop in Desert. He chose not to pick it up because, hey, it's only 5 rupees.
Well, I mean, to be honest, I would be surprised if he was really cognizant of it at that point. Like, I mean, I don't think he would be thinking about, I need 5 more rupees right now. Like, you're well, at that point, you're an hour into the seed. You don't really consider that, oh, hey, my rupee count is so much lower than it was. And, you know, man.
Yeah, I mean, I just happened to notice it because with daaanty going into pot, I looked over on Buane's side and I was thinking, hey, Buane's only at 105.
Yeah, I mean, that's a feels bad moment if there ever was one. And it just got worse for him here because he got in and it turns out that, man, it was a, you know, myths were just sitting in Eastern the entire time.
Buane's just gonna start pulling fetch quests. He got the shovel. He'll probably grab powder while he's up here now.
Yeah, I mean, that seems like it'd be the play to go there from his standpoint. Is he's got to find that bow. And of course, you know, the game just decided, ha ha ha, bow is going to just be sitting in one of the dungeons that you need to complete it. Not the one you did, though.
I mean, there is a second bow out there. We don't know where it is. We don't know if it's even accessible. Oh, he's not grabbing the powder.
Yeah, maybe on the way back. I don't know.
He is gonna clear out Turtle Rock, though.
Yeah, this is looking a bit rough there, and that was probably his biggest, Buane's biggest out there was that Bombos would be on Turtle Rock. Unfortunately, it was Ether to enter, so that's at this point, it's gonna take something fairly substantial for Buane to be able to come back. Although, we probably should point out that right now, while we're talking about resource management, daaanty's sitting at a grand 0 arrows going into a Vitreous fight.
Guess he'll do it the way Buane did it.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, both of the runners are probably feeling like this what happened on this seed. Like, the Swamp Palace felt like a completely reasonable play. Both runners did it. I was calling that there was going to be something in there. Turned out, of course, that there's not a thing. And so you do that, you sink the 5 minutes into doing that in a race setting such as this. You're probably going to yourself, oh man, I'm so dead right now.
Yeah, you're not expecting, you know, that the mirror doesn't lead to anything. I mean, yes, it led to Fire Rod. We will need Fire Rod, but you're thinking it'll give you something more immediate.
I think daaanty just realized, oh god, I have no arrows. he tried to quick swap to his bow and was just like, wait, I'm missing something there.
But he doesn't even need to use this fairy despite being on low life the whole fight.
Yeah, pretty smart on his part. He used the blue cane there to take out the small eyeballs, and at that point he just lured Big Viddy into the corner there and then just hit him with the sword until he decided to stop.
Or as Don Henley once said, kick them when they're up, kick them when they're down.
Good way to do it there. Alright, so daaanty's going to make his way over here to Turtle Rock. He's very quickly going to find out that he can go mode this. Now, being able to go mode Turtle Rock's not a huge deal. Especially when the big key is in the lava chest and you're going to have to do all of the front anyway. So, like, there's very little time saved here. The biggest time save for daaanty is he's not going to have to go to Mimic Cave.
Yeah, that is true, and I haven't been counting the keys, but I'm assuming daaanty will skip Big Chest.
Probably not, just because the lava chest is your big key today.
Oh, okay.
So yeah,
that's why I gave the disclaimer I wasn't counting keys.
Yeah, I got you, bud. So yeah, Blaine's gonna find out what's in Mimic Cave. I mean, unless it's a bow, it's. I mean, even if it is a bow right now, at this point, the thing with daaanty is he's got a full climb over him here, and he'll be. Oh my
Oh, well,
god!
you did say. Okay, now we know where the other bow was. But yes, as you were saying, Buane will need to reclimb the mountain, so daaanty definitely has the lead here.
Yeah, thank you for finishing that. I was at this point too busy putting my whole face into my palm right there.
Not like this kind of moment.
Yeah, pretty much. It was just kind of like, at some point you just go, okay, game. Now you're just being rude. Man, that's a. That was
and because this is hard item pool, Buane won't even know when he gets the other bow that it was the other bow.
I don't know if you feel good at this point, or... Yeah, Man. Like are you going, yeah, alright, I'm feeling good now, I'm finally in go mode, I avoided pod this entire time, everything's great, and yeah, I mean, like he's like, I'm in go mode, everything's good right now, and he just doesn't realize that, man, 5 rupees was the difference in his seed, along with like 13 other things, but that was the biggest one.
Yeah, I mean, he was a little bit behind. Basically, the main difference between him and daaanty was that he hadn't finished off Landmos, went back to do that, but, you know, maybe a minute or two behind, and then the pod difference just blew the seat open.
Yeah, man, what a weird start to this one group, to this bracket group here, because I mean they're gonna have at least one more game left, possibly 2. I think that most people are kind of hoping that we go to the full 3. I mean, at least people watching, the runners are gonna assuredly not, but man,
Yeah, and if you plan to watch them, same time tomorrow and then same time Friday if necessary.
Yep, and so there you go. So Buane takes down Trinex, crystal number 5. Yeah, man, that bow. Just I wonder if what Buane's thoughts are going to be at the end of this, because when he goes ahead and sees daaanty cross the line here, I'm gonna wonder if he goes, oh, was there a bow in pod, or is he gonna think, oh, did he just not do the swamp play, or, I mean, kind of hard to say right now, man. It's just such a. I'm kind of curious what his thoughts are. At the same point though, I mean, this is just some unbelievably unlucky play over on Buane's side.
I mean, and as far as Buane knows, he had to go up to Turtle Rock to get the bow like that. That's what the seed expected him to do.
Okay, and we have to kind of mention one more thing again. daaanty is going to go into GT at some point here in the next couple of seconds here. He still has 0 arrows.
Well, statistically speaking, there should be some in the basement.
I mean, I've played with that as my thought going into GT before. Like, I'm gonna go ahead and pick up arrows in GT. I don't need to worry about that. You get into GT, you get an early big key, and then you go, I can't believe I'm opening more chests looking for arrows. Like, there are arrows in GT. Like, you can go get them, but you have to go like deeper in there. The other option is you can mimic clip. But like, if you're gonna mimic clip, I think you have to like almost be thinking about that before you go in there.
Yep, there were Buane's silver arrows sitting right on the bridge chest and the arena chest in pod. the thing is, with the small key layout and the big key being vanilla, it's going to be a bit before Buane gets it, just like it was a bit before daaanty got it.
Yeah, this is again, the layouts here for Buane. I mean, it's just, I mean, daaanty had a similar issue here in Pod, but man, it's been a heck of a seed to watch. It's just, you know, it's like, what's the worst case scenario of this seed?
Let's try to get a prediction going. The prediction bot isn't working well. Okay, here we go.
All right, daaanty takes down Trinex here real fast, so that's going to be crystal number 7 over on his side. We've got a prediction started in chat there. We've also got, if you want to go ahead and you can put a number in the chat, guess your where the big key is there. I'm going to just do a pretty simple prediction there. It's just odd or even. Where do you think the big key is? It's going to be an odd number chest or an even number chest. There's 22 chests there, so this is a pure 50-50 chance there. See what you think. And
we will cut the prediction off as soon as daaanty enters GT, but he is checking Hype Cave first, probably for arrows, and I think there were some arrows in here, so that'll work well for him. Yeah, if he has to go to Armos Knights, this could get interesting.
Yeah, I mean, if he has to go to Armos Knights, the good news is that there are arrows on the way to Armos Knights, and you don't necessarily need to kill Armos Knights with arrows there. You can kill them, like, with 17 different ways there. If you ever want to waste 5 minutes of your time, go ahead and kill the Armos Knights with your boomerang. It's fun.
Only 288 hits, right?
Yes, sure. 48 times 6? Is that what 288 is?
Yeah.
I'm an English teacher, man. Don't throw math problems at me in the morning. Come on now. All right, well, here we go. We're into the into GT, and it looks like daaanty's going to start by going off to the left here.
So the torch was just bombs. As Buane goes to Helmosaur King, he's, what do we want to say, 3 or 4 minutes behind? Because he still has to rush Armos Knights and then climb the mountain.
Yeah, no, I mean, it's all like we keep saying, it's just been basically because of those rupees. I mean, 5 rupees and 1 bomb. That's Buane's seed in a nutshell. All right, looks like we found 2 keys here on the right. We've got 4 keys overall. At least one of those came out of the pod here, so there's a chance that we could find our big key over here on this side. Take a quick look.
So that was Buane's 6th crystal, and here he is back in Eastern getting the 7th.
Okay, moving on here. We've got a couple more chests over in the compass room. No big key here, it looks like. Did get 10 more arrows, so this is actually kind of working pretty well for daaanty.
We got the compass in the compass room. Always good.
The game is just trying to be silly and cute and all of this other stuff. It's just... I don't know. I mean, I'm actually legitimately, like, feeling kind of bad for the way that this seed kind of went. It's just so much of little things in this seed, and it's stuff that you would hope wouldn't decide a seed. But I mean, that I guess when it comes down to this level of play, I mean, you're not expecting execution to make like a huge difference between these two guys. I mean, yeah, Buane is one of the best NMG runners around. But I mean, it's not like daaanty's bad with execution here. He was the #1 seed going into this, right?
And we didn't really talk about this, but daaanty actually had a bit of a better execution Trinex fight because Buane didn't manage to swap to the fire rod before the fire head started exploding, and you can't change items while a boss is exploding.
Right. I mean, that's one of the little tricks of the game. After a point, there you go. There is our big key in one of those chests.
That
I'm
was
not
15.
sure it is 15. All right, so that's going to be odd numbers for winning there, I guess. And we're gonna go through the gauntlet here.
As Buane flutes up to the mountain, I mean, if he doesn't do Compass Room, he can gain a bit of time back. It would still require like a couple of Moldorm Falls or Ganon Fall or whatever on daaanty's part, but you know, given what Buane's luck has been this seed, the fact that he's only a few minutes behind is pretty amazing.
Yeah, no, that's true. I mean, he's been extremely quick when he could actually, when the game wasn't just throwing some of the worst things at him. daaanty's got to be a little careful here, down to 2 hearts. Okay.
That's an interesting strat that I haven't seen before.
I'm sitting here right now trying to decide exactly why he did that, because I've never seen that before.
And he also went into the gauntlet on 2 hearts, didn't want to use the emergency room.
I mean, in his mind, he's probably like, oh god, I'm facing Buane, I gotta go. And okay, you're gonna use a little hook shot here to stun some enemies. Stunning the enemies there, he's gonna be able to pick up the. He knows that it's a single heart drop, so he's gonna be able to get a little bit of health back. He does have a couple of safeties, I think.
Yeah, we never did grab the powder either runner, though. Yeah, I know daaanty at least has a fairy in the bottle, and I think he still has blue goo. I mean, we did get all 4 bottles.
That's of course, because I mean that's the most important thing we could have gotten today. His pretty usual strats here. He's gonna go left first, and then he's gonna end up going right.
Which unfortunately means he can't gain any time on daaanty.
I mean, he could change things up, go full left. I mean, stranger things have happened, but he's already got that mirror out. So yeah, no, we're going directly up to the compass room over on Buane's side. daaanty is most of the way up. He's almost to Torch's room right now.
And honestly, Buane probably would have gone right anyway with those keys in Hope Room, so it's unlikely he would have had a huge time savings.
Yeah, I mean, it's just, there's at some point when you come into GT, all of these runners have just practiced it so many times, right? And you're not going to be able to get a huge amount there. I mean, now nerves are a thing. I mean, nerves are a big deal when it comes to this. So you a lot of the time you've got to, you're going to do what you can. I was saving a little bit of time there. When daaanty's going to save a lot of time, because he's just going to say, you know what, Moldorm, you dance around over there in the corner. I'm just going to fly over this.
That's one way to not take a Moldorm fall. That said, he is taking a bit of a beating from these Helmas. He does have that fairy.
Yeah, that's a that's a place to do it there.
And as we said before, I'm pretty sure he still has a blue potion for the Ganon Fight.
Yeah, we're gonna say that was all purely because he hovered across that one gap. Moldorm decided that he wanted to. He sent his hardest enemies there after him. Okay. Almost done here on his Aga 2 fight. One last hit there. It's all it took. And we're going to be going into... It's time to go fight the big pig.
Yeah, definitely daaanty's seed to lose, but again, I'm just amazed for all that happened to Buane in this seed. He is grabbing his big key and starting the climb as daaanty's taking down Aga 2.
Yeah. Yeah, no. This has been just a massive, run by Buane getting to this point. Gonna go ahead and he's gonna pop his blue potion maybe a little bit early. As we're into the Ganon fight here for daaanty gonna be setting up for the 1-on-1 here. Looks like at least got the first part of it. Not the easiest place there for the second part. Yeah, not gonna get the 1-on-1 here. Where's Ganon gonna go? Okay, top left. Gotta be a little
great positioning.
Yeah, this is a little awkward. Gonna go ahead and just say, you know what? Let's lag the living daylights out of the game here.
Well, you lag magic.
Yeah, I mean, you lag the living daylights out of the game, but with that, you also can just not die, and that's kind of the more important thing here.
And there went his blue potion. And I bet the silver arrows are sitting where they've been sitting this entire tournament, right on planet Zebus all along.
Probably, except we actually know different. Ganon's just a dirty liar, that's all. Alright, daaanty's gonna go ahead and freeze him in place there so we can get the easy torch glitch. And at this point, we're down into phase 4 here. Basically, all daaanty's got to do is he's got to land 12 tempered spins here on Ganon, and that'll take him down. He's already to 5, looks like there, if I've been counting right. Being safe with this Ganon fight here, making sure, like, the only thing that could really hurt him at this point is if he were to fall. He's taking his time, making sure that he's in the right spot there, so that when he releases the spin, Ganon's gonna take the hit.
You know, if I said the only thing that would hurt him would be to fall, he'd fall. So it's a good thing you said that instead of me.
That's why I said it, sir. All right, go ahead and get your GGs into chat there for daaanty. He's about to cross this bridge. As soon as he does that, he will go ahead and take game 1. He finishes there. That's going to be a time of 1:30:45 there for daaanty there. Get your GGs in there for him.
And his quest is indeed over, and Buane is already almost at Moldorm 2.
Yeah, no, that's he's gonna be up here in very, very short time. As we are now joined in the booth here by our winner today, daaanty. How you doing there, bud?
Yo, I feel like I'm literally gonna throw up. If I'm being honest.
You didn't like that nice, excursion into swamp for nothing?
That had me feeling really bad. Heading into pod, I was like, this is totally payback from the P-Train series where he made the comment that he felt like he god routed the early game, because I felt like everything was falling into place. And I was like, well, this really isn't off the path, so Buane's probably got all this too, but at least I don't feel bad about my route. And then after Swamp, I started feeling pretty bad, and then Pod made it feel worse. And then just, the GT, top 8, GT, top of GT was top 8, by the way, just, I was trying to make sure I had a fairy, and then what is the old adage, quick swap is faster than pausing, so, and then the mini helmets were like choo-choo. So that was very tilting. Like the whole time, like I said, I literally felt like I was about to throw up, because I'm looking at my map thinking, there's no way I can beat Buane, like full clearing this much of the overworld for literally nothing. I was like, something had to have held him up. So I was expecting
him up.
like oh, okay. I was expecting a fanfare snipe, to be honest.
Well, he's taking down Aga 2 on the restream right now.
So yeah, what ended up happening there is basically kind of two things gave you a pretty big advantage on him. Like, so at the very beginning of the game when he was looking, you know, you had that lovely Burna start, meant that he didn't get a bomb when he went through there, and so you ended up with that glove there much faster than he did. So he ran around the world looking for it. Kind of made up the time, and it was really close again because you did a few of the extra things, like you checked like Hera basement because you know, you had it and such. You did a couple of other stuff, right? But what the biggest killer for Buane was he went to pod with only 105 rupees.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Yeah, Kiki just wouldn't let him in.
And now we've got double beeps. Enjoy, everybody. Yeah, no, it was one of the worst things, especially because I think we had just seen that you got the bow out of pod at that point. Because you were still ahead at that point. You were still ahead, but like the biggest thing was he ended up grabbing a bow out of a Mimic Cave of all places.
Yeah, we were talking about that in the race time room. That's insane. That plus we were talking about escape and getting the bomb too. Like that is the two things I hate about standard and standard hard. You know, it's just weird, you know, that there's two bows. Like, it's the only item in the game there's two of.
I mean, it is, even if it weren't hard item pool, it's still progressive bows, and, you know, the difference in that case would just be Buane would have gotten silvers and you wouldn't have.
Right. And that makes sense. But
And Ganon just explodes for Buane. Maybe that'll stop the beeps.
But yep, either way, go ahead and get your GGs there into chat as Buane glides gently through the door there.
Oh, I love that strat. That's my favorite.
As long as you don't actually fall off. I've seen people fall off doing it, mostly Ninban.
So that's going to be a time of 1:35:13 for Buane. Make sure you get your GGs in there with a little bit of extra fun there at the end. Yeah, oh man.
So yeah, 4.5 minutes for all that. Again, just impressive.
Definitely. I mean, this has been a whole lot of this was a whole lot of fun to watch. It's kind of unfortunate the way that things kind of ended up going there at the end. As we're now joined in the booth here by Buane. How you doing there, bud?
Hey everybody, GG daaanty.
Yo, GG, Buane.
I'm guessing you hadn't thought about your cash situation.
I was just gonna eat the 10 loss on the way to pod there, and then get 10 more, and hope I found more money in Eastern. It's funny too. I really did kind of immediately regret, like, you know, I wonder if I should have just checked a couple chests in pod just to see, because, you know, you gotta check that first chest at least, and maybe you go until you bow lock yourself or until you find the big key, and then you get out of there and go do the rest of the mid stuff. I did think about it after I left. Like, hey, wonder if there's a bow that's in there, and then I'm gonna find a bow someplace else stupid, and I'm gonna feel like an idiot. You know, so maybe a little unfortunate, but it was very hard to think of that in the moment there. Hey, well, you haven't gone into pod. Obviously, you want to go into pod first there if you have the money, but I was stuck on 105 rupees for, it felt like 10 minutes. I'm like, looking like, I gotta go into pod soon. I have no money.
When you did Back of Desert, one of the enemies dropped a bloopy and you just
sucked into the door. I wanted it, and I got sucked into the door.
Oh no.
So I started killing more popos. I was like, please give me another 5, because, yeah, I just, it wasn't a huge deal, because I was like, I'll just do Eastern End Pod, because I'm gonna go do them anyway. So I wasn't gonna like go crazy trying to find more rupees. But yes, I did see that Popo drop the rupees, and I was just a little too close to the door, so it sucked me in. But look, did some random things not go my way in this one? That's the name of the game, right? You know, you can get bad luck in a lot of different ways. Sometimes it's you choose the wrong dungeon. Sometimes it's you don't get a bomb drop. Sometimes it's everybody's favorite thing in the game, progressive bow. You can get unlucky in a whole lot of different ways, and if it's gonna make you mad, then you're playing the wrong game. So I did not make great decisions outside of the things that were unlucky. So I can't sit here and say like I definitely deserve to win except for the bad luck. Like the green pendant mishap where I just spent 5 minutes and forgot that I had the flute was really bad and cost a lot of time. And there was something else in there too that I was very not happy with after the fact too. That lost me a good 2-3-ish minutes versus a very good player like daaanty, who's not going to make mistakes like that. So it wasn't the seed's fault or random chances fault taking a loss here. It's daaanty's a good opponent. Everybody in this tournament for the last few weeks, everybody who has been in this tournament, really good. So it's just I'd like it to have been a little closer to, you know, get a little bit more of an exciting race, but what are you going to do?
I mean, to be honest, it still was pretty exciting there. I mean, you guys traded back and forth there. I mean, you guys, yeah, the swamp plays didn't work for you. But like they made sense. Like if you went back and listened to this, I'm calling swamp for like 30 minutes before you guys jumped in there. And then when you got in there, fat lot of nothing, and I was as surprised as anyone else, you know.
It's very tough. Like we weren't that far off from go mode, so I kind of like was cleaning up the overworld before swamp, and then saying, boy, if it's just mitts and swamp, I'm gonna feel really stupid about doing all this extra stuff here. So maybe straight to swamp would have been a little bit better, but I don't think it would have mattered in the end. I probably would have cleaned up that stuff before pod and Eastern anyway. So it did seem like a pretty at that time. It's like, yeah, we got to make our way at least down towards swamp and get some of these other mirror checks out of the way.
Yeah, it felt like it was just pushing you to swamp, and then, you know, obviously, full clearing it, doing left side just felt garbage with nothing, and I'm like, all right, mushroom, I guarantee this is something, and then that's nothing, and at that point already, basically knowing, you know, Ped not useful. I forgot to save and quit out of the pendant cutscene. I was like, this is like seconds that I absolutely need against Buane, but it, you know, it's just hot garbage not having money early. So I think at that point it was when I fluted to 2, and then it was, all right, I guess I'll run to Zora and hope that something's here before I do anything else.
I mean, at some point you're just kind of like, okay, I've got this location, I've got this location, I've got this location. I'm just gonna try to check everything that I can as quickly as I possibly can right now. And I mean, especially in this sort of pressure situation, you know, it's often really hard to figure out exactly like where, you know, like what's the most efficient route you should take. Like, I mean, that made sense to me from what you did there, daaanty.
And honestly, like, there was only a few checks that I think in the overworld I managed to not have to do. When, you know, Bo showed up, I'm thinking, all right, well, Mitz is probably going to be Pyramid Fairy, because I think my bow was logical. And then, you know, Mitz show up in Eastern, and my heart just kind of sank there, because for a while I got that bomb drop, and I was like, that's gonna be tough. He's probably gonna get the glove, but maybe he doesn't. And then I'm thinking, you know, when Mitz showed up, well, what if he got that? And then he just went back and did back of escape, like he's got Mitz early. So at that point, that was when I think more panic set in for me. Just kind of like, you know, this this route may not be as nice as I think it is right now.
Well, I guess like either way, you guys are moving on till tomorrow here. We're gonna have a game 2 with you guys same time tomorrow, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
And it's been assigned a channel now too. That game will be on SpeedGaming 2.
And if I remember seeing that right there, we're gonna have tomorrow. Looks like we're gonna having a couple. Who was that I saw was doing the talking to tomorrow? Didn't we have that signed up? Okay, maybe not. I guess. I thought I knew who was gonna be working that race tomorrow, but I guess I don't know that.
Oh
Never
yeah,
mind.
Clear Mouse and Fear Agent.
Oh no! Oh, those two are some good people.
Yeah. Well, and we should also point out that preceding it, we have a double header on Speed Gaming 2 tomorrow, because preceding it will be Game 2 between Ninban and Zelgadisson, and that'll be calmed by Adirondack Rick and Sabotender, so you probably want to just block off 4 hours of your evening tomorrow, I would say.
Yeah. I'm probably going to be doing that for sure there. Well, there, daaanty, Buane, you guys got any final thoughts you want to add here before we shut this thing down for the night?
Thanks for doing all the commentary, the restream, the tracking, all that good stuff, making this fun for everybody, the players and the viewers too. So appreciate that, and looking forward to Buane coming back with a vengeance on me in Game 2.
Yeah, seconding the shout outs to you guys behind the scenes, making it happen. You've got the hard jobs. We're just playing the game. Looking forward to Game 2. This is why you play. We want high pressure matchups against really good opponents. What else could you ask for? So it should be fun.
And you in chat all got to see like how good the execution was tonight, and that these are two really good runners, and you should give them both a follow. And also thanks to our tracker Scupula, who really stuck with it as best he could despite some internet issues on his end. So if you notice some issues with the tracking, we apologize on behalf of his ISP. And yeah, Day is great to work with.
Yeah, but I mean, always a good time to have you around here. Know that there's been some tech issues on everybody's side here. So, but yeah, no, this has been a ton of fun, and I'm gonna hopefully be able to see everybody hanging around watching races tomorrow. So, yep. Thanks again, Drosy.
Yeah, been a pleasure, and make sure to tune in at 6:10 and then 8:10 tomorrow on Speed Gaming 2. And for now, have a good evening.